Morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me, Danny?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. That was so loud. I just blasted my office, but how's things?
Oh, shoot, sorry. I had a step to my.
Oh gosh, I'm having a massive replay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yep, I can
Okay,
hear you.
sounds good. Oh, you know
Weird. I
what?
thought I had.
Someone's gonna have to get us on Zoom. How many people are going to the board room?
I don't know. I already talked to Christine. She's gonna be there to log in from there.
Okay,
So why am I? There we
there you are.
go. Hey. So funny thing is, we were talking about pictures and everything yesterday. 'Cause that's why I couldn't be there. And they decided it was too early this morning, so they decided not to do it. But
Oh,
it's
funny.
already down here, so
Yeah. Family pictures are stressful. Probably not so much for dads, but they're super stressful for moms.
okay. Well, if this goes well, we may have to maybe offer this as an option just to get those that can't make it to some of those meetings. I don't know.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just because, especially because chambers are for small businesses. That way, like the
Yeah,
Fry Lakes can jump on their phone in the morning.
yeah, yep,
In fact, I think every meeting I go to is hybrid nowadays.
yeah, yeah. They're getting more and more that way for sure. Do you have to have, I know you have the account for it. Do you have to pay for an account for it?
I do. I pay
What's,
16.99 a month for
oh, okay.
mine, but it's not too bad. I think if you pay yearly, it's cheaper. Um, but
Maybe
yeah,
so.
so Chamber did have an account during COVID. We got a Zoom account. That's how we do our meetings during Zoom, but during COVID. And then the biggest thing is like making sure people can hear you. Like they have those owls, but they're
Yeah,
like
Brian had uses those.
$1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you could probably buy something on Amazon for like, I don't know, $40.
yeah. Christina. Let's see.
Was Jed getting on? I haven't talked to Jed.
I talked to him last week. Oh, if he should be jumping on, but I'll text him real quick just to make sure.
Since I don't know if his phone even has that capability. Hi, Christina.
Hey,
Yeah, the north end
sorry.
of town is up. I don't think the south end of town is up.
Yeah, Jed is jumping on as well.
Oh, wait, here he is. Admit Jed. Uh-huh. Is anyone coming to the visitor center? It's probably just Christine.
I told her, I said, I don't know how many people are coming, but
Well, this is all of us really. Hi, Jed.
um, Lindsay will be jumping on. I don't know if she'll just do Zoom or if she'll jump on or if she'll go to the visitor center, but she will be getting on
Okay.
after the initial conversation. So
And
about
Christine kind of
15
knows
minutes.
to get on with her phone. She probably,
Yeah, she said she was able to get on. So
okay.
Do I have too much background noise or can you hear anything coming from this side at all?
You're good.
Okay. We got some helicopters taking off out here, so It's sometimes gets a little bit loud, so I'll try to mute it if in case somebody comes slinging by. So
That's a cute kitchen. Whose kitchen is it?
I just built it. It's the break room.
Wow,
It's the break room here at the airplane hangar.
that's a beautiful break room.
I'm there.
Ah, that's cool.
We've outside or working on planes outside, and this is, let me see if I can switch this around. I don't know how to do this yet. Oh, here we go. There,
Aw.
that's looking down the hallways and
Wow,
out into the hangar. And
that's beautiful.
we got airplanes all over the place out here. And anyway, and helicopters right back over there.
Ah, that's fun.
And they get a little bit loud when they take off.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous break room. How fun. That blue, I love that blue.
yeah, it's we chose it because of the kind of the nautical / aeronautical
Oh,
theme.
cool.
And then this backsplash is
Oh,
really pretty
gorgeous.
cool. It's glass tile with beveled edges and stuff.
Nice.
Anyway, it's kind of nice. I think so.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
gorgeous.
I didn't choose all the stuff on it. That's just what they had. So
I like it.
trying to figure out how to switch this around. I thought
Have
I
you
did.
seen Christine sign in?
I haven't. Is that going to be like, wait, what is that for the top of the cabinets?
There we go.
Oh, no, they're
Say
dropping
again.
some up. Pretty.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I guess I have my blue shirt to match. So
Are you there for another couple weeks or don't you know?
I hope not. We've had continuing supply chain issues of getting stuff to come in that's to install here. There's plenty of work. I could stay for
Yeah.
long as I wanted to work out here, but we have a specific thing we need to hit a deadline, and I'm supposed to be back in 2 weeks for that calligraphy class there at the
Oh.
visitor center, and I hope I can make it. It's going to get
Yeah.
real tight, so we've had to dodge a few storms and things like that out here, cause some delays
Yeah.
occasionally because we're right out on the Delta, right near the Mississippi River, and there's shipping traffic come by all the time, and there's and then we're at a fairly busy regional airport here, and it's just always something going on, and weather affects all of it around here, it seems like.
Yeah.
Hopefully Christine's signing on. I just text her again. See if we
Okay.
can get her on there. So
I should have, let's see.
Good to see you guys though. I miss you.
know. We miss you.
That's been I don't know. It's so hot and muggy here. It's about, our heat index today I think is like 110 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's air temperature is really only like 90, but it's so stinking muggy here. If I have a dry shirt on right now, but I can
It won't be dry for long.
In 10 minutes, it's absolutely soaked.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a mess.
It's hot here. Like I'm gonna knock on wood, but my air conditioning is 24 years old, and I just don't know how many more summers it's gonna get us through. So, but I need it to get it through this summer. Like, I'm gonna quit. I'm done traveling. I'm gonna focus on getting my deck done, new air conditioning. So,
awesome. Okay, I think we're all here for start of this meeting. Are you able to? This is recording, right, Trish?
Yes, it is.
Is that something we can send out or get
Undo?
for minutes later or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In fact, I could add, oh my gosh, let me hurry and add Otter AI, which like makes everybody nervous, but I like Otter AI. Like, it's just like someone taking notes, but anyways, go on.
Oh no, I can't talk. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Thanks everybody. Sorry for not being able to be there. Hopefully this made it easier for everybody anyway, jumping in with everybody going crazy with summer stuff. So I would make a motion to open board meeting for July 3rd at oh my phone's being weird. 9:07.
I'll
Second.
second that.
Okay. So we've got, I don't know, Ty goes the runner. We'll say Jed for second that, and
Run
then
it.
Doesn't matter. It was seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we're in session. Let me get our agenda pulled up. Did the email come through okay for everybody?
Yes.
Everybody had a
I
chance
got
to look at that? Awesome. Okay. Sorry, I can't necessarily see if I pull this up, so I'm trying to figure out how to best move this around to where I can kind of get
can make you
everything.
a presenter. Do you have documents you want to show?
Just the ones I sent in the email, so no,
People can pull them up on their own computer.
yeah, it's not a big deal. So first thing we need to talk about is the executive director position that Trisha's done so awesome in getting us, and just need to make sure we're covering our basis there. If you have those emails, I did have quite a few notes on there. As far
I
as the different things we're looking at. What was that?
I can pull them up for everybody, but yeah, just keep talking. I'll try to find them.
Okay. So obviously, thank you, Trisha, for getting this position and working so hard to make that happen. I think it's going to be a huge benefit for us. So
I just want to second
Um,
that. Thank you, Trisha. You
You're
did
welcome.
Absolutely.
I'm glad
I thought
it's almost over.
that was pretty thorough.
yes, sorry, you're probably going to hear my kids in the background, but anyway. I'm sitting in the front room of my sister-in-law's house. So let's see. So all we need to do at this point where the position's been offered, we just need to have a confirming vote by the board, confirming Lindsay in the position and the budget behind it, which we've already reviewed. Trisha brought that to us, I think in May, that we all looked at. So I would like to do that vote first. Is everybody comfortable with that? So I'd make a motion for Lindsay to be approved for that position with the budget that was laid out in the contract.
Second.
Okay, Jed seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Dean? Oh, she doesn't have sound. Shoot. Okay. I don't know if she can hear us or not. She doesn't have sound on Christine's end, so.
How many, does that have to be 5 of us, obviously?
Yeah, so it'd pass. I just would like to get everybody's vote on it, so.
4 is a quorum technically, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep, so we're good. We're good. So thank you again, Trisha. The only thing we talked about with the hiring process, so when we go through this again, because it was all kind of new for us, is that final offer. Even in the documents Trish sent, generally that'll go to the board selection, just because it's based on their recommendations for who she had come in and do the interviews and all of that stuff. It's just that final selection is just a final vote by the board, just like we did. So, and that's following the same process she had. Is that right, Trish?
Well, I didn't at first, but it's a good way to do it. I mean, I had just gotten recommendations from people in chambers in Utah, but it is important, and that's why me and Danny got that document together for next time. I mean, it is important to do it the same way. And I was going to say, Danny, like maybe attach those to the bylaws somehow. They don't have to be part of the bylaws, just so it is done the same way for a long time. I mean, forever, really. But yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have the report for agenda items? I'm gonna see if I can just call Christine and have her so she can at least hear us on here.
At this time, since the vote's taken place, do you want to invite Lindsay to join the call?
Yeah, I'll send her a text real quick as
Well,
well.
and maybe wait 1 minute. I think what's going to be so important, if it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, it really needs to be, well, let me pull it up. Like, let me
I
pull up
see
the
video
document.
for Christine. Can you hear us now?
Drive. I don't know where I put all my documents. I'm like trying to switch over email, so I like have no idea. But let me look right here. The ones I sent you, Danny, but now I can't find them.
They should be attached to that email I sent out to. I sent everything to everybody.
I know I can't find. Just a sec, let me look. Did you send them to Trisha 5 or Trisha at your story? Do you know?
I think it went to your story.
Okay.
I don't know if I have your other one.
Okay. Oh, and now I'm Googling online. Gmail.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, let me find that email. There we go. Let me look it up. Danny. Oh, good. Here it is. Okay. Hiring process, your chambers, first paid staff, bylaw suggestions.
Bylaw recommendations. So if you go to the report for agenda items, it's probably laid out a little just simpler in there.
Is that what we're looking for right there? Can you guys see my screen?
There you go. Yes.
But so
So
go
if
ahead,
you
Danny.
pull up that report, the report one I sent, it separates them out. So it's pretty much that same stuff, but
Okay, let me look. Sorry. I've got bylaw suggestions, your chamber's first paid staff, hiring process.
should be
Here we go.
report
Is it?
for,
Oh no, that's the Brian Head grant.
it's the one that's agenda
The
item
agenda
report. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's up, right? Report for agenda items.
Yep, that's it. That's it. So these bylaw recommendations are from the information Trish sent that we went through together and looked at that position. So if you go down just that blue section, that bylaw recommendations, it's just a little bit different color. This is based off that information Trish sent, and she'd gone through all the other chambers and kind of looked at them. A lot of them don't have them in their bylaws, but I think we'd be smart to have them there. At least the ones that are posted online. I thought there were some there, and very few have them in there. So
Danny, I have a question as far as like adding it to the bylaws. It should we or will there be terminology as far as like if there's not an executive director? Because obviously if we don't get the funding, there may not be one at a future date.
yeah, so the way that works is through this, the executive director shall be engaged in independent contractor and specified in the agreement between there. And in that contract down below, you'll see just right below this in the bylaws where it says contract. So it's outlined in the job posting that Trish hired from. And then it says, oh, down just a little bit, Trish. Right there. So that, it says contract right above it. So obviously those, we wanted to make sure they knew that quarterly presentation had to happen to both Parowan and Bryan Head, but also the budget is provided through Parowan and Bryan Head. And if funding is not ongoing, the position may be dissolved.
Okay.
One thing that I think is going to be important is, so, I mean, so if it's just a little bit of information in the bylaws, I do think if you go back to the email, which of course I just lost, but it, well, just a sec.
Hey, did they move the meeting somewhere? There's nobody here.
Oh, Christine was there. We're on Zoom and
It's locked,
what's locked?
the visitor center.
Christine was just there a minute ago. Sorry, Dayla's just calling in.
Other people left.
So I'm gonna share this.
They're not waiting for me. I'm on the phone with them. Oh, yeah, Christine isn't here. There's nobody here.
She's probably at her shop. She was just there a minute ago.
I think because the back door is locked, she's probably confused. I don't know how many other people can back door than that.
So I would
Can I
suggest,
just zoom in then?
Yeah, if you just want to zoom in, I'm trying to figure out where Christine went because I thought she was at the visitor center.
Oh, that looked like her shop in the background, but I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
I was late. I don't know who else is there.
we're all fine.
So we've got Trisha, Christina, and Jed on Zoom, and then Christine.
Send me and Kristen, and we'll just zoom from.
Yeah, it's just on that
Oh.
text I sent out earlier. Christine was on there earlier, but she couldn't hear us. I don't know what was going on with that. So.
Okay, well, I'll log into it then.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Dayla's logging in right now. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Trish.
I was just gonna say, like, of course, I mean, you hire somebody and then not only is there the job description, but maybe making sure if you guys only have a couple paragraphs in the bylaws,
All right.
I don't know, I would actually suggest putting more than a couple paragraphs, but that's up to you guys just to make it super, super clear. Just like reporting and oversight, clarify that the executive director as a contractor shall report to the board of directors. Do you have that in there, Danny?
Yeah,
I'm
I think
wondering if that
that's
shouldn't be more like an employee, not, it wouldn't be necessarily an employee handbook, but some kind of a separate document that,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's why it refers to the contract, because the contract should outline all of that stuff and what's required by
Okay,
that
perfect.
position. So, and that's why it says the executive director shall be engaged as an independent contractor as specified by the mutually agreed upon contract between the chamber and the director. And then that specific scope of work, compensation, terms of engagement should be detailed in the contract.
Perfect. So, and you'll take care of all that with her, right, Danny?
Yeah, so we'll go through the contract. We'll make sure everybody on the board's good with it before we finalize that. I've talked to her, possibly starting August 1st rather than in July, just because we're kind of pushing that July one right now. But that will allow us to make sure everybody's comfortable with that contract. But if we get the bylaws in place, then the contract's easy enough to put together. It's pretty much outlined in what you sent out for the job description. We just need to make sure it moves to a contract side rather than just a job description.
So, and I mean, although I'm kind of the one that created them, Danny, I'm giving you full autonomy with those now. Since you're the president, that will be kind of, you'll be the lead on that. Whoever's the next president will be the lead on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and so I just want to make sure it's lined out in this well, because obviously I probably won't be here end of this year, and
I think that is the most
Moving
important
on.
thing, is just making sure we have the same process going forward. So it's,
can you guys hear us now, Christine and Darren?
Yeah.
Lindsay's trying to get in. Are we
Sorry, I
ready?
was late, everyone. I had to get my team going this morning. I'm sorry.
I tried.
What was that? Sorry.
I said, I'm sorry I was late. I had to get my team situated with their tasks.
Oh no,
and-
you're awesome. We appreciate you being here. So cool. So we did vote just confirming Lindsay in that spot.
Okay,
And then we're just kind of talking about the position now is where we're at. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at that email with the
yeah, I
stuff
looked at
sent out,
everything.
so,
It all looked really good and clear.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Lindsay's trying to get in. Should I tell her to hold off for a minute before admitting her?
Yeah, just tell her it'll be just a second.
Okay.
Do you guys have a problem with starting August 1st? That's going to be just the question I want to know for that. And then the other thing I didn't have in there that I want to make sure is clear Most of the chambers I've seen with this position, it's not a voting position. So I want to make sure, I don't think we should have it as a voting position. I think it should remain with the board.
That's smart.
Because that
Agree.
kind of sways the board a lot of times if they allow that position to vote for those
And I
things.
think that it was made, I think that Trisha made it clear in the process of like hiring that if it was Lindsay, she would have to resign as secretary, so she wouldn't be a voting member.
Okay,
So yeah, I think that was that was the
Yeah,
understanding I already
that's
had,
how
was
I
that
understood it.
the hired
Same.
person doesn't get to vote.
okay. So let me pull up that one that Tricia has right there with the bylaw recommendations.
My only question about the August 1st thing, as opposed to maybe even like a mid-July, is getting, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Main Street program, but with Winter Wonderland, like the later she starts, probably the later organization comes into that process for the year.
Okay.
But whatever it takes, I mean, we normally start in August anyway, but it is tight. And if Jed's still gone, it's gonna
Yeah.
be really tight.
Yeah, for sure. And that'll come up with this. I'm okay if you guys want to try and start sooner than that. We just need to make sure we have that contract in place.
I think August
Um,
1st is fine. I think it's gonna take you that long to get like everything organized. It's better to, yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
kind of
fine
with
either
Dayla
way.
on that one, but
What was that?
I said I'm kind of with Dayla on that one. I feel like if we keep pushing it off, we'll just keep pushing it off. We need to just
Well,
give
we
her
need to
some
vote on the
give her some
bylaws today.
responsibilities. She also needs to, if she's going to have to resign from the position, we need to have that done so that we can move forward in August to fill that position.
Okay. think
So
those
I
are
just,
good points.
if we keep waiting, we'll just keep having more to wait for.
I mean, if we
Um,
vote on the bylaws, we don't have to vote on the final contract. You could just send that out and get an
Yeah,
email.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get the bylaws in place today for sure.
Do we have to,
Um,
per our bylaws, do we have to send it out to the general membership to change
the-
those bylaws? I know they just never got changed because everybody always said it was such a huge deal. So I don't know if we have to send it out to the general membership or it could just be the board.
I think it's just the board.
Okay.
Lindsay is the
I
one
think
who
that would
has
be
the
board.
bill.
I think it's just the board, and then once they're approved, they go out for everybody to understand with the general side.
It stays with the change, any changes on the bylaws stays with the board, but it's usually emailed out to all members of the chamber as a courtesy after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking in my head, but I just wanted to make sure. So thanks
guys
for bringing
could
that up, Tricia. Yeah.
You guys could change membership from $50 to $75 while you're at it.
I'm not
Excuse me.
opposed.
I say 50 to 100.
That's what I
Well,
would
I
think.
think we need to do it gradually.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's
So
That is
75
gradual to me.
let's okay. Do we need, I don't know. I don't have anything for the vote in there specifically. Do you guys want something for the vote specifically in the bylaws? That they may
I
not
would
be
make
a
a
member of the
motion.
board.
I would make a motion that to amend the bylaws to add the executive director position and table the contents of that, but because it's going to take a little while to work that up.
Well, the contract's not part of the bylaws. It just says
Yeah.
that the
No.
contract's what's followed by the bylaws.
Yeah.
The contents of the bylaw, the contents of the bylaw change. In other words, voting to make the change, but we don't have to do the change right today because it'll take a little bit to get the wording right, I think.
I
We've
don't
got
know if
the
you can vote
wording.
unless you've got it fine, like you've got
We've
to have
got
it
the
figured out.
we've got the wording in there right now. If you look at that
Okay.
recommendation, if you can pull that up.
Oh,
or if
okay.
Tricia
I didn't
has
know
that
that's
pulled
what
up
you were
still.
trying to, I thought you were trying to put in with the, okay, so you want to add the full job description, everything else that's in there as part of the bylaws?
No, the job description will come in the contract. It's just the appointment and responsibilities, the reporting structure, and the evaluation for that position. And that's what's in this short little piece that I think it's 3 paragraphs that she has pulled up right here. Do you have that pulled up still and going between screens here?
Let's see. I have something up. I don't know what it is.
You have Google up.
Trisha's pulling Google up. I think it's just one of the tabs right there.
Um, I think I don't have it open. Let me get it back open.
It would have been one of these documents somewhere.
I think it's
Yeah,
probably-
the bylaw, was it just the bylaw suggestions?
The
For the-
What do
bylaw
you want me-
recommendations, yeah, on the agenda report page.
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
one right there.
I see what yes, that sounds
Oh,
good.
got it, Danny. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yep, right there. So you can see that lighter, a little bit lighter color, those bylaw recommendations. That's what based on what Tricia had and what we've kind of gone through, what we would recommend adding in for the bylaws. And that's based off the verbiage and stuff that she's found and we found with other boards or with other chambers.
But this is good. It will be really important to make sure the expectations are like very clear. That way you guys can really be on board, whoever has this position, and then she can, can feel that support from the board. So this is good that everything's like being outlined. So like no one's confused. Everybody knows exactly how this position runs. Yeah.
And I think it's most important just that with our situations we've run into in the bylaws, and I like these ones that they're generalized, that people can work within them and they're not super specific, but the specificity is in the contract. And I
Mhm.
think that sets up other executive directors to be able to work within that, even if they change kind of what that position looks like. This gives them the ability to do that. Because the specifics are in the contract.
Yeah, I
It's not
agree.
so detailed that it binds you up as bad.
Yeah.
That's kind of the hope behind it. So
I would motion that we accept these bylaws as written in the agenda for the executive director position.
okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Who was that? Sorry.
Chris?
Christine,
Okay. As I said, I didn't see anybody moving there. Okay, perfect. So we have a
Wait, should
second.
I add
All in
Lindsay now? I can add Lindsay. I mean, should I
No,
move?
not we're voting.
Oh, duh. Okay.
all in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. To accept the bylaws as written in the agenda report for the executive director position. Awesome. Okay. Any questions on that? And we'll get Lindsay in here. Cool.
Awesome work.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, Trish, again so much for all your work on this.
Yep. Here she comes. And then also, I sent a text, but I'm gonna officially resign from the board because I'm not gonna be able to be at the meetings. So I'll do that right now.
Okay.
And then, like, I'm for sure gonna stay engaged. And like, if you guys do Zoom, I'll for sure, do the 10 o'clock general meetings. The only thing, I mean, and whatever you guys need me to do to help get this new executive director position in place, I'd be glad to help, but I'm gonna let you, Danny, I'm gonna let you let me know when I need to step in and help on that.
Okay.
Because it's Lindsay, obviously it'll be a lot easier because she kind of knows everything to do. I think the biggest thing, maybe I'll wait for her to get on. Hi, Linz.
Hey, Trish, can you pull down your screen share now?
Take it off.
You can swipe over to the other option, Jed.
There we go. Okay. Hey, Lindsay.
Oh, he's working on her sound. She can't hear us. Oh, there we go. It's trying. I see it trying. Any luck?
We're all being quiet, so she doesn't have any way to know.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I was
exactly.
gonna say. Any luck?
She's texting one of us.
I can't hear. It's we're all being quiet, so if you can't hear us, I don't know.
She's gonna try to sign back in.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
While we're waiting for her to get on, I just want to mention that it was kind of brought up during the hiring process, and I know Lindsay had brought it up before. She was concerned about having a laptop, and I actually have one that I'm willing to donate and a printer.
Awesome. Okay.
So I mean, it may not be the most, it's not going to be brand new, up to date. But it's in good working condition. So I figured
Awesome. That'd be great.
that
And if it
way
needs to be
Nice.
there's something that can go with the executive position. Whoever has that job will have something that they can keep everything separated on.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, can you guys hear me, see me?
Yes, we can hear
can
you.
hear
Can you hear
you.
us?
Can't see you, but we
We
can hear.
can't see you.
You
but-
can't see me. Okay, well, I didn't want to do it on my phone and my computer is not having.
Mhm.
Okay.
You muted yourself.
Oh, there
Yep.
she is.
Oh, there.
Oh my gosh, you guys, step one, learn how to use Zoom.
I tell you, it's honestly like computer's fault. Because Zoom should be the same way every time, but like it's not. Something always gets clicked.
Ah,
There you
are.
okay, hi guys.
Hey.
That's
Is
All
better.
right.
someone
Welcome.
taking notes for the whole meeting currently?
So it is, yeah, it is recorded on Zoom, and we talked to Trisha about that, and she's got her.
I think
note-taking
Otter
thing
AI is going.
so-
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Anyway, the
But-
meeting's recorded, so we can do notes, and we can do that. Sorry, go ahead,
Okay.
Trish. I thought you were
That's
saying
okay.
something.
I was just have a couple of things that I just want to encourage you guys to follow through with. So the things that I feel the most important thing I feel like for chamber is members. Like so as I'm like leaving and onto
Sorry,
different meetings-
I'm just entering this conversation. Can I get like a recap and then
Okay,
He
go for it.
resigned
So-
officially.
start? Sorry, what?
Trisha's resigned her position on the board officially,
Okay, perfect.
And
Thank
you
you.
got hired, Lindsay.
and you got hired as our new executive director.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's final. And that's
Thank you.
really, and we've voted to amend the bylaws to include the executive director position and some details about that. So, and that's as far as we're at. So there you
Okay,
go.
thank you.
So these
And
are the,
Trisha,
these are the
Trisha
things.
is putting this on a recording thing, so
Yeah.
it can be, what is it? Is it chat or something like, anyway, it figures
It's
out.
It
only
might not be
AIs.
recording it. If it, I mean, this call's being recorded, but Otter AI should be like transcribing it, which I love.
That's cool.
Anyways, but so these are the things that I just, as I'm like passing on this position, that I really feel are so important. So membership, number one, like we have got, members are our most important. Like we got to make sure we're supporting them. We got to make sure we are, I mean, we do good at this also, but I think members is the number one thing in chambers. Obviously, it's your businesses. So that's a big thing. I really have liked the luncheons. So if you guys want to carry those on, I think it's nice to have the breakup from the meetings to like the networking. The next one is supposed to be in Bryan Head with Brett, which I would really love to see because they're funding half this position and he's been so supportive and it's beautiful up there. So the next luncheon we kind of already have scheduled with Brett up in Bryan Head. And then also, if you guys want to eventually vote, even if you just keep in communication with Brett, I haven't even talked to him for like 2 months, but maybe 1 month, but maybe vote on officially on the name change. In fact, maybe do that before you send out the bylaws. Like I said, because we kind of talked about changing it to Parowan Bryan Head area, but wanted to wait to see if we got the funding. But I do think that would be a great thing to do just because the funding was always coming from them. We were just waiting on on Parowan. But those are the main things: members, luncheons, and Bryan Head. That I just don't want to like get, overseen because of all the other stuff happening.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the biggest thing for my goal as the executive director is going to be acquiring members, retaining members, and making sure our members have incredible benefits to joining chamber, because I feel like that's something we've lacked. Like, we're not retaining people because we're not giving them sort of a benefit to being a part of chamber, except for just being on our website kind of thing, or being on the magnet, a kind of location. So that's going to be one of the goals, major goals for the executive director position. My position, I can now call.
And then one more thing, like I said, I just told Danny, whatever help he needs and like passing things on to you, training, if he needs me to step in, I'd be glad to. Just let me know that, Danny. But in the para one,
I'll be calling you for like the next year. Sorry.
no, you're good. But in the para one chamber email drive, forever ago, I listed all the passwords, because like the website, there's just a lot of things. I think they're all listed on the job description, but
I
yeah.
have them all. I have them all on the drive, and I also have a binder, a hard copy
Right.
of them
Okay.
as a secretary. So yeah.
And I've got the membership folders. Of course, I'll bring over. I mean, I would suggest that too, getting a great membership chair, Lindsay. That's going to be important to help you, because membership could be like 20 hours a week, just membership.
Oh, I know. Okay.
In here, Lindsay, Christina has a computer and a printer that she's donating to the chamber for use for that position, for the executive director position.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
lovely. Is it a PC or a Mac?
PC. Hope that's okay.
You're gonna have to do what I do
Looks
and
good.
I might
focus
decline.
hard.
I don't know. I might have to decline that one and just use my dinosaur until I can afford a new one, because I can't. PC is. Anyways, we'll talk about it. I'll take a look at it.
And then just
We can't hear you. Lindsay, also, I would like really encourage you to get on the RUCC meetings. Just kind of keeps you involved with Utah chambers. Oh, conferences. I forgot about that. I'm so excited. You're attending a couple conferences. But I'll make No, I love conferences. I think they're so helpful. But I'll make sure I'll send those on to Danny and he can send them on to you. Also, you guys, if you need resources, please reach out. Like, I would be glad to send a list of resources for small businesses. Like Lindsay, if you hear of a company that needs help with anything, let me know, because I guarantee I can find a resource for them most of the time for free, and just connect them with somebody who can help.
Okay. Did we vote on the bylaws yet, or just discuss
Yes.
them?
We voted.
Okay, okay. What are they? I just want to make sure that they are in alignment with the job posting for executive director, because I know we are kind of going outside the scope of the description. And I want to make sure that they're all within that description of the job and no more.
It basically just says that that the duties and responsibilities are outlined in the contract.
Okay.
But
But I
it
still
just
think
talks about it
asking,
being a 1099, they're in the agenda. Maybe they did that get emailed to her and Danny's agenda?
Yeah, I have them. It was just suggestions here, so I'm not sure if we voted on some or none, half.
and also Lindsay has a good point there, because like it is just as important for us to have a contract for the chamber as for her to have one, because originally in the job description, it was going to be, you have to fill in for the visitor center and library 20 hours a month, which like Lindsay already had said, that would be a deal breaker. I think it would have been for most people. But yeah, so stuff like, but that's not the case anymore. The city didn't make that a requirement.
Yeah, which is good. But I know there was talk about like, we need to break down specific job duties now. Like, is it the executive, like, who's doing the agenda, who's printing the agenda, who's coming up with the agenda, stuff like that. Like, who are we gonna have an events chair? Is that the executive director? I know I have to
Wait,
learn
where'd Danny
everything.
go? Oh, crap. Wait. He left. We got to readmit him.
He was having some sound troubles and I don't know what happened. I believe he's trying to connect back in.
So, and I've told this to Danny, but my basic thing is I just don't want things to be like, oh, well, just Lindsay will do it. Oh, just Lindsay will do it. Oh, Lindsay can do it. She's the one getting paid for it. Lindsay can do it. I want to be sure
You're
that
like, all of a sudden I'm working 60 hours a week.
exactly. I want to be sure that there are boundaries attached to the position, because it's impossible for me to do all of everybody's things,
This is going to be important, Lindsay. Unless you find good people to do it, you will be doing it.
Right.
Like, unless you can get your board to be engaged and helpful and really dialed in, then it will all fall on you. Which obviously at that point, you would go, heck no, I'm not doing this for whatever I'm getting paid, and quit,
Right.
But it really will be up to the executive director to pass it on. We can't, in a contract, we can't really put the secretary will do the agenda, this and this and this. It's really going to be you forming that team, you developing that team.
So my next question would be, in our bylaws, does it state what jobs people have? Does it state the president's responsible for this? I have to look through that and see, but or if it doesn't, then we need to look at other chamber models and find out okay, secretary takes the minutes and the secretary sends the newsletters. Social media chair does the social media, stuff like that. Because one of my other goals is to create a binder, because we have new people coming in January, and I want to make sure that everybody's jobs are outlined, if you will. So I want to create a binder for each position with the passwords that are needed to the accounts that are needed, with their exact job description and their tasks that they need to do on a monthly basis. So maybe that's just something we can talk about in a future meeting, so that we're all clear about what everybody's positions and jobs are, just simply for exiting and onboarding as we go throughout the next few years.
And I would recommend to, assuming you'll be putting that together, to
Yes.
talk to just the last 2 or 3 people who've held that position and ask them what did you do? I know Jamie took really good notes. Trisha, we all tried to take notes of what we do. I'm sure Christina does my job a million times better. She's going to have a really good idea of what you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And also to that note as well, what is too much? Christina, what is too much? I feel like this is a good portion for a volunteer position. Outside of this, I feel like it's too much, what is that? So that's always kind of a good thing to keep in mind too, because I want to make sure, I think the burnout is what happens. And then we just all, we can just tend to fall off the bench, if you will. So, my analogies aren't nearly as good as Jed's. I try.
I know. No one speaks like Jed, so we don't compare ourselves to Jed's fluent speaking.
Sorry, I got kicked off
What
the
I'm
internet
saying
tournament.
is your metaphors are amazing, and I have none that compare.
Okay, so start a binder and maybe start listing some of those. There you go.
Okay. I think a metaphor binder is in order for sure.
One thing I would add in this vein is, and I'm going to be I'm not speaking to Lindsay about this. I'm bringing this to the board. Let's please not become a group that leans on Lindsay in a way that she feels like she's trying to drive a bus that has 7 different steering wheels on it. I think it's important that we still each, obviously pull our own weight. We're already talking about that, but that we are not the ones who put because she does answer to the board, that part's in the bylaws, but that we don't all each become her boss.
Yeah,
or think that we're entitled to. We need to go ahead and agree on a hierarchy. It's like it either goes through Danny, a chain of command kind of a thing. if there's some need that needs to be filled, make sure it's an ask, not a tell.
It needs to be steered by the board, not individuals. Yes. Yep.
Yes, we don't tell the ship how to operate, but we can set direction for where we want the ship to go.
Okay.
And I think that's, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I've seen this kind of happen when a new person comes on who has a director position, and suddenly everybody's just think they can tell them what to do, and it's and I think there is a healthy boundary that makes sure that we don't kill our new executive director in the first 2 months. So
Let me tell
Yeah.
you, with Vision Iron County, we went through this too. We actually have a paid person. And for like a year, anybody could contact her to ask her for stuff to do. And finally, it's like, no, everything goes to the president. And then he will take it to her if he feels like he needs to. Like, and that's really how it should be. Because Vision Iron County, like this poor girl was overworked for sure. Because everybody could ask her to do things. So it should all go, like if someone has a need, and it should, like Danny should kind of approve that for Lindsay to take on, and talk to Lindsay about it.
But please give me your guys' thoughts and ideas, because I want all of your input on what we
Yeah,
need
for
to
sure.
do. So we just need to make sure we're all on the
Can't get my-
same page. So let's get moving. We're
Yeah.
running long. So
Oh, yeah.
so with that, did you guys talk about sorry, I dropped my internet for some reason. That's why I dropped off. But did you guys talk about that secretary position and Trisha's position? We will need to find somebody interim.
Did you guys see
for those
Shay's
two
email this
positions.
morning?
What's that?
Did you guys see
Yes.
Shay's email this morning? I think
Yes.
she,
So Shay's
I
willing
read that-
to, and I think she'd be good.
if I read that correctly, I think she's willing to step in as secretary for just the time being until we do a new vote.
I didn't read secretary. I just read she was willing to be a
I
board.
just read the position.
A
think-
position. Well, if this is the only one that's gonna, because I cannot do both, right?
Well,
Executive director.
it'll be
That's
yours and
about the full-
Trisha's. It's yours and Trisha's. We have two positions.
I think she meant
Okay.
she's taken my board position. She would be willing to take my board position. So I think she-
But
So I will confirm with her
Oh.
and then reach out to you guys so we can get that filled. I don't want to do it without her being here.
like, were you
But I know
talking about
she'd be willing.
secretary or the board?
So that's what I've got to talk to her about.
Okay.
But I think she'd be great on the board. So
And then who are we thinking for, or what do I stand in as secretary still? Is that a conflict? I don't know.
I don't think it's a conflict, but I do think you need to abstain from any votes just because it's the executive director is not a voting position. And so I think you can fill in for now. We need to try and get it filled so you're not trying to do both. But just abstain from any votes, I think is the biggest thing.
Okay.
Everybody comfortable with that?
Yes, I feel good with
Okay.
that.
I can
Yes.
talk to Sheena Temple because her and I have been in conversation about her being on the board and seeing if she wants to perhaps dabble and get her feet wet as the secretary for the remaining term.
Yeah.
And because I feel like she would be a great candidate for either the upcoming secretary or president.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you want to let her know, then we can do a nomination process and just do an interim for those two spots. So, and I'll talk to
Okay.
Shay as well.
And do we
So-
vote on the position starting August 1st?
Yes. Yes. Everybody decided August 1st, right? So we have time to get contract, make sure it's all lined out. Doing that. We will have to hit the ground running because that does put us on a tight timeline for Winter Wonderland, hometown holiday stuff. So
And then, of course, someone will need to reach out to the city and Bryan Head and find out, like, they'll just need to cut you guys a check, so it's in the account as of August 1st. I mean, it'll just be one contribution check.
yeah.
And
And,
then
and
That
we
sounds
needed
like
to
that
get,
would be me. I can handle that
yeah,
part.
and you wanted to get a separate account for that, right? Just so it was that what you were talking about before?
No, that's not, I was actually talking about something different, which is not gonna matter, so I don't know that it's gonna be
Oh, okay.
an issue. I don't think it's gonna be a problem
Okay,
to need a separate account for that.
okay. Awesome. All right. Next thing, approval of the month's minutes. I know Lindsay sent those out just before meeting.
They were
They're pretty
really,
short.
really short, yeah.
Yeah, really short and sweet. I did review them. I would make a motion to approve previous month's minutes. We have a second.
Gonna,
Sorry, what was that?
I'll second it.
Okay, Christine, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will.
I can't really even vote anymore, but
I'll
Should have
abstain.
waited. Should have waited till the end. No. All right. Okay, so that's approved. Okay, next thing on the agenda, Main Street grant follow-up. This is more just trying to keep you guys in the loop. I hope sending this email out helped. This is kind of what I talked about last month, trying to get things out before the meeting so you have time to review them. I hope that helped. It helped me, I know, try and organize that, so. So Main Street Capacity Grant, it did end in May. The reimbursement request was sent in before the end of May. There was some follow-up information I had to send them regarding some of the expenses. They have got all that in, and I was told it was approved and she was processing it for payment. It wasn't our full amount because we didn't obviously get everything done we were hoping to, but we should be receiving a reimbursement payment from the state for that in the amount of $6,207.86.
well, you're not planning on getting anything next year, right? Because they changed the tier system, so you guys won't be able to ever move up to tier 3.
Yeah, so what was that? Sorry.
So with the Main Street grant, I know how we've talked about it in Parowan Chamber is like getting grants every year from them. But me and Christine went to that conference. Like this will be the last grant. Well, not so much, but we can't really ever go to tier 3 because you have to have a full-time Main Street person being paid.
Yeah, yeah. So we're hoping to move at least officially to tier 2.
Oh, I thought you guys were
Um,
tier 2.
No, we're tier
Oh,
1 right
good.
now. So
Well, good that you can move.
yeah, we're still pushing to move forward to tier 2. That'll be a work in progress still, but we're working towards that. So hopefully that'll help. And just know that changes kind of with the state occasionally too. They move stuff around all the time, and if they make it unattainable for us in that avenue, there'll probably be another one that opens up another way. We just need to make sure we're paying attention to that. So anyway, that was just a follow-up for that. Hopefully we'll look forward to maybe what our options are coming up this year. Obviously still trying to improve our tier level, but also looking for those options for grants or funding that's out there. So next thing, we did do a letter of support for Brian Head. I had Brett reach out to me last week and asked for a letter of support for a marketing cooperative funding source for them through the Cedar City Brian Head Tourism Bureau. So we just did a letter of support saying, yes, we've seen the benefits from that because obviously they have improved things in our area. So that's helped. I did attach that letter. If you're wondering what it said, it's on that email I sent out as well. Flower care. Thanks Lindsay and Molly this last month, and then also Lindsay's doing them right now for this week. So I appreciate her doing that. I'm available to do them most of the rest of July.
I'll be
until
back.
Jed's back. So
Yeah, I'll be back. At the latest, I'll be back on the 16th
okay.
of July.
Okay, so
I'm trying to get back a week earlier than that, but we've just had this project is drug out on so many levels with supply chain stuff. So and it's just been too costly for me to keep traveling back and forth for just a few days here and there. But I'll be back, and I'm happy to take it over and give everybody else the well-deserved break. And thank you so much, you guys, for stepping up and filling in on what I usually do there. So I miss it. I know it sounds weird, but I miss my flowers. So
We miss you doing it too, Jed. No.
Yeah, we really do.
No, it's actually
That
been pretty
truck,
good, but
ooh, that truck.
so Lindsay's doing them right now. She will do them through Sunday. I will pick them back up on the 8th, and I can do them till Jed comes back unless anybody else wants that opportunity. So if you do, you're more than welcome. So I will plan on doing them till Jed's back. I'll just plan on through the 16th, Jed, and we'll go from
Okay.
there. So all right. We kind of already talked about the board vacancies. We just need to get some interim people in there. So Shay, obviously,
oh, real
be one
quick,
of them.
Tricia, is this one of those Zoom meetings that times out in an hour?
No.
Or is this okay? I'm just checking because I know we're coming up really quick.
Yeah, I was trying to push. So, and I know we're all busy, so I'll keep trying to push, but everyone else is there. Who did you say, Lindsay? What was her name for the? I know it was our other applicant, but
Tina Temple she was the other applicant. We had a little chit chat before the interviews. And we just kind of made a verbal agreement that if one of us got the executive director position, the other one would run for, president likely, so that we can partner together and be just sort of a powerhouse team in chamber. So I'm going to chat with her and see if she is still good to go, or if she just kind of wants to kind of be a step in as secretary for the next few months and see how she likes it before she commits to something like that.
okay.
That'd be a
right.
good opportunity for that.
Okay. And then Winter Wonderland, we kind of brought it up last time. We are gonna have to get moving on that. But what have we done in the past with Iron County Today? I know they're trying to get back in Parowan. I know they're close to their goal. Do we want to do things as a chamber and offer discounts to our members? I think that would be a benefit to them to help facilitate that, but I don't know if we want to do that again.
I think until they have it back in Parowan, it's not as beneficial to most of our businesses as it once was.
And
Okay.
also the prices, if I recall, did go up substantially,
Yeah.
and people just weren't willing to pay them even at the discounted rate.
Yeah. Yep. And then so that's fine. We won't worry about that side of it. Jed, you probably haven't been through that stuff, but you probably have a good idea of what we have supply wise. Is there anything?
Well, what we did do on this last round was like we had planned, we set aside some money and I went and hit some sales right after everything had closed in January, and we got enough new stuff as far as lights and things to replace some stuff that was wearing out and whatnot. And we got enough to probably do what we've got to do. I don't think we'll have to buy a bunch of new things. What we are running low on, only because they get blown away, damaged, whatever, is ornaments. And so what I've been doing is going around in the past and hitting yard sales. And when I find a big basket of used Christmas ornaments, not the glass ones, we can't have glass out there getting broken with kids and stuff, but just assorted ornaments. If I find a big basket of them for a couple of bucks, I just buy them and donate them. And that's how we've accumulated those tubfuls. But we're starting to get to where we don't have near as many ornaments as we had before. And so just keep an eye out, folks. If you're deciding, no, I'm going to change my theme on my tree this year and go with a different color, and you have a bunch of ornaments left over or anything like that, we'll take those and incorporate them. As far as lights, we're good on lights right now. We'll have enough to do what we need to do. A couple of new elements that we'll be putting in is what I've got some tentatively planned, and I'll bring the drawings when I get back. And on the next meeting, I'll submit them and take a look and see how you like them, and we'll move forward with that. And I think they're all things that we can get sponsorships for, naming sponsorships for, to raise more funds. But then, as we've done in the past, reuse those over and over. We do need to freshen up. It's getting now enough years on some of the pieces that we definitely need to do some freshen up painting and not wait until we're into the cold weather. We need to maybe have some painting parties in September even to come in and just repaint some of the stuff
And
so that
someone-
it'll take the weather again.
Someone will need to make sure and reach out to Maria for the $5,000.
That's what I was gonna say is, I would assume at some point Maria's going to make us do the application process.
She did this year.
She kind of has this year. Yeah, she did last year, and I wrote the letter, and Trish transcribed it and emailed it off for me. And so I still suck at the typing stuff. So
Did we submit an application?
Mm-hmm.
Last year,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
Tricia
was
did
last
last
year,
year.
though.
we actually have for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we have to go before the committee and?
She does that for us. When we send her the letter, she handles it from there and has awarded us the thing the last 2 years like that.
Each year, I think she has just been doing it a lot for us,
Yeah.
but I think that each year she's kind of putting it more and more on us. And so it might
Can
be a
you-
hard process. I mean, I'm sure we'll get it, but grants are not
She's
fun.
basically said, it's always here for you. We
Yeah.
love Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
I talked with her back in, let's see, what was this? May. I talked with her in May very specifically about it. She goes, we love it. Anything else you want to do, add to it. Just let us know how we can help. We always have some funding set aside for it now. It is an earmarked part of her tourism fund. So it's not like we're, encroaching on anything else, but we do have to ask.
But this is
Can you,
So if we get that letter from the previous year, I can change some verbiage and send it to her.
Sure.
And that's another thing that I have to say, like, Lindsay, you will have to find, Jed should find a great assistant because Jed, you should find somebody who's just going to help because Lindsay, if you take that on, that's 40 hours a week for you. So.
And I don't think we'll have to redo that application, Lindsay, till next year.
No, I'm talking about all of Winter Wonderland. Like, you're going to have to be careful as president to make sure that your board's really engaged in that process. And Jen, of course, you're really great at getting volunteers, but that's going to be one that the executive director's got to be careful not to take on because
Yeah,
you'll not be doing anything else.
we need an official assistant. Last year, Jed almost looked like he was having a stress panic attack and we had to do some breathing. And so I would like to avoid that at all costs this year.
Well, it snowed, if you remember, it snowed the night before we opened and I didn't have everything plugged in yet. So I was scrambling through 3 inches of fresh powder, trying to find the ends of all the extension cords right up until we finally turned it on. And I was about to have I was about frying. And thank you so much for coming over and calming me down.
Yeah.
That
I
will.
might ask Carrie Whitelaw. Carrie has really been astronomical in Winter Wonderland. I might just ask her to be an official assistant chair to Winter Wonderland because Carrie's been really hands-on as long as I can remember. So I'll think of that.
I'll be able to come and help on certain Saturdays, but I'm also helping with downtown lighting in Cedar City, so I'll be super busy.
awesome. Okay.
I wanted to just quickly ask about the pay for executive director. Who does the paychecks? And I imagine they're biweekly.
That'll be
It's up to
through
Carolyn Chamber.
Christina, I would imagine.
That would be
but we'll have
me.
to-
How do we want to work that, I guess?
We can also add that to next month's
I
agenda.
prefer that to be monthly, not bi-weekly, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's look at that. I'll put it in my notes for next month and just
Okay.
how you want to structure that. So think about how you want to do that and how that's going to work best for that treasury spot to get that done.
We're on the assumption that the Bryan Head and both Prairie and City would be cutting one check each in full, and it may not be that way. They might meter it out in some way or something. So I mean, just allow that we may need to navigate that first.
I'll reach out to both Parowan and Bryan Head and see how that's going to work. I would imagine it's going to be one thing because they've already got on budget, but I'll reach out to them and confirm that.
I'm just making a note.
I'm
just making a note to put that on the next month agenda.
Okay. I will confirm that with the cities and find out for sure.
Right. And
Yeah.
another thing I meant to ask too, not about the position, but I've had some people ask me about membership invoices. So Christina, I would love to find out what this, I have no idea at this point, like how do membership invoices go out? How do reminders go out? Because people are asking me, I need to renew my membership. How do I do that? And like, I'm like, did you get an invoice?
Everybody got a renewal back in February.
February,
Okay.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I have not gotten very many
How
of
hard
them
would it
back,
be to
so,
send out a reminder invoice for those of us who can't remember if we paid that?
yeah, that does need to happen. I agree.
Yeah.
Send out an email in constant contact and just say, here's, I mean, the Venmo's not the
Well,
best way to
it
do
just
it.
done it through QuickBooks and I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it'll send out reminders.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does.
We're on Zoom, you could pop in and say
Yeah,
hi.
you can pop in and say.
Todd popped in, he wasn't sure if we were having a meeting, but we're like,
Hey,
I
Todd.
don't think we've had a July meeting for like 4 or 5 years.
Hey, Todd, we
Where
have a
we get
board position opening up.
Yeah,
The board
Todd.
position, you want to come back, Todd?
That's awesome.
So
Just think it-
one thing,
think it-
Todd's one of those always willing.
Todd is awesome
Um,
that way.
I guess that leads me to my next question. As an executive director, can I be a member of Chamber with my business?
Yes.
You can
Absolutely.
be a member, but
Yes.
you can't vote.
Yep. Just not a voting board on, just not a voting member on the board.
Got it.
Awesome. Anybody else have anything?
Oh, yes, the Chamber LLC was due. I just put it in for July 1st. Chamber renewal for the LLC. I think that might have been like a Molly asked me to put that on the calendar and have a reminder. So I
Did Molly
don't
get
know.
a postcard or have you seen anything? I haven't seen anything
I
in the
think
mail when I check it, but sometimes she catches
No.
things that I don't.
I think that was like a verbal thing and I put it in my calendar just to be a reminder. The LLC
Okay.
is up for renewal.
check with
So-
her to see if she paid it or not, because I was standing there at the house one day and she goes, oh, somebody, and I mentioned to her at the last meeting that we brought that up, and she goes, oh, here. And she went on her phone and goes, there, it's done. And I went, what did you do? She goes, oh, it's like, it was some paltry amount and she just had it on her phone and just did it. And I think
I
think
she
still
might have
don't
done it.
know. We still haven't figured out to make sure our 501c3 is ongoing, but
That is actually just a simple postcard that needs to be sent in. And I did find that it was sent in for last year. So it just needs to be sent in before September for this year.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just jotting some basic things down so that we can make sure these are wrapped up by our August meeting, okay? I'll send this out just as reminders for whoever wants to take over
Me
them.
too.
I'm excited for you, Lindsay.
Yep. We're excited.
I'm just more excited for the chamber. I think it's gonna be great and I hope that everybody is get ready for a lot of fun and a lot of growth, and I just want us to be busting at the seams and have this like synergy between the community and chamber and the city, and I'm really excited to head that up a little bit and see what we can do and what we can make happen. Get some chairs, get some people excited about growing things, and even maybe attracting people who have maybe thought about opening a business in town, but haven't really because they're not sure if they're going to be supported enough. So it's just a big full circle thing. And then just getting really in touch with Brian Head too. I plan on doing some door knocking up there, actually going up there and going door to door and finding out what the businesses need up there and how we can support them as a chamber. So I'm excited about the growth.
One thing on the Brian Head thing, if we have some of those folders, I've talked to the front desk there at the visitor center where people come to submit everything to the town. If she has some folders, she's willing to hand them out to businesses that are coming in applying for business licenses too. So
Lindsay, I'll have
Do
one of
you-
my kids take the bag of those that we have left. I'll have them taken to the gym.
Okay.
I just literally cut the bottom off where it says Trisha Harris membership chair. Oh, and I'm going to call Parowan. And the one last thing I'll do is I'll jump onto the website and take my number off. So I just figured for now it can be Parowan Chamber Contact at gmail.com. You guys can decide in the future like who you want, whose number you want on there.
And I do wonder if, Jed, we can alter our logo to include the Bryan Head Town. Did we decide that that was going to be the title?
If you guys
have
vote
not
on
voted.
it, we talked about
We
that.
haven't voted on it yet.
Okay. Should we put that on next month's agenda?
Possibly, yeah.
Vote on
Not
chamber,
meeting, guys. We're just having a board meeting.
new chamber meeting.
We're almost done. If you'd like to say hi to everyone else is on Zoom. And me and
We're
Chris
just-
are just sitting here on our phone. But
Yeah. Come and say hi.
Who is it?
Hi.
We don't even know who it is. Who is it?
it's a mystery person. We're not gonna tell you.
Oh, well, if it's a mystery, then
get
I
for
can
not
flip you
being
guys
there.
off or something. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we get for not being there.
Is it Brett? That's so funny. I love his personality. I can
Wait,
tell
the-
you his personality.
There you go.
Hi,
The
Brett.
flipping off gave it away?
No, you're
Jeez.
just like quick-witted like that. You're just quick-witted.
I love it. I love it. So we'll vote on the new name next month.
Yeah, we'll have it on the agenda to talk about next month.
Include
Maybe,
Brian.
maybe Jed, you could get those little artistic cogs working for something cute.
Already on it.
Already on it.
I just want to be totally inclusive. You know, I think the folders
Yeah,
are
if
great,
you,
but they
if
say,
you come in with a good logo, it might sway us.
Right? That's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
Hey,
So-
just real quick, I wanted to thank you guys for providing a letter of support. Most of you probably didn't even know it. I just worked with Danny on it, but
We
providing a
just
letter of
saw it.
support.
We saw it. It's beautiful.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much. We've got that. We applied for the grant, and that's a good one. We've done it for years and years, and honestly, I think it's rather silly that we'd never had Parowan Chamber involved in the application process before doing a letter of support, because brings a lot of people to the area. Well, we hope it brings a lot of people to the area, and we did for last year's marketing co-op, we did we did it more digital, and we were able to measure the results a little bit better. And maybe on a future agenda, we can have the gal that ran that program just come present. She's got a presentation of some of the results and stuff. So
That would be awesome.
I think that's probably something you guys would be interested in.
That'd be
Definitely.
great.
So just let me know when you guys want to throw that on the agenda, and I'll line her up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome.
I was
Thanks, guys.
telling them, Brett, I'm like stepping down from the board because my new job.
You suck.
I know. It's giving me so much anxiety. I love Parowan Chamber, but you guys, it's in so capable hands. But anyways, so I was telling them we had kind of planned the luncheon up in Bryan Head in the fall. So I'm sure somebody
Oh,
will get with
awesome.
you and
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have Danny flipping burgers for that, right?
that'd be
Sure.
so fun.
Sure.
And stuff like that, you guys, like I really am going to I can take off once in a while for like luncheons and stuff. I just can't come regularly to the 9 and 10. Unless you start doing Zoom, then I can come just as a general member. That'd be awesome. But so I really
Alright.
so
You know, to that point, I really do feel like it would be good to have a Zoom
option.
option every meeting. I think that'd be
But then
great.
Brett wouldn't come down.
Oh,
True.
Brett would come back. Yeah, he would come down.
Okay.
Come on.
Do we have anything else on the agenda
No,
officially?
this was
or
it. I
we
was
have-
just starting.
Okay.
I was just starting
Okay.
to. I was just starting to roundtable, so we can roundtable real quick and close meeting. So,
Thanks.
do you guys have anything else? Anybody have anything else?
No.
No, but just to clarify, like you, so if you need anything, Danny, reach out to me.
Okay.
I'm just I'm not so
Trisha.
worried about it.
Don't worry, we're not gonna let anything fall through the cracks. Only,
Yes.
okay, we'll let some things fall through the
No,
cracks.
you guys won't.
but
You'll be fine. Of course, I just have a passion for chambers, and especially Parowan Chamber. But
And
like I said, I'll be glad to help train the new executive director. I'll be glad to, like for the couple of conferences, I really would encourage them to go to. Danny, I'll make sure you know about them. So you can pass them on.
can you also copy me on those, Trisha, so that I have the dates
Yeah.
as well, please?
Yep.
And then to your point, Trisha, thank you so much for everything you've done for the Parowan Chamber of Commerce. I don't think it would be exactly what it is today without you.
Well, it would. It's because Molly, I tell you, you
Can you just say Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. When you start something with Molly, though, she works 10 times harder than anybody I know. So like you have
Yeah,
to
you don't
help
have to
her,
tell
which
me
makes you
that,
work
honey.
hard.
I'm like, I work for Molly, so it's really hard filling her shoes sometimes, seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But chambers make a huge
Yes.
difference. They are like, I always, they really are, I think, like the heart of a city. A lot of like, just because they're our small business supporters. So
But you've done so
Yes.
much, and I really feel like we should dedicate our next lunch and learn to Trisha.
let's not. Let's not dedicate it. I'll come, but let's not
Yes,
dedicate.
a Trisha celebration. I really feel like, because you won't be there, I think it would be a good opportunity for you to speak about how important chamber is, period. So
Well,
I'll put that on the next agenda.
if you like to bring me
Okay.
a cake or celebrate me, I will not come. But I would be
Okay.
glad to share chamber
I
stuff.
just won't tell you about the cake first. Okay.
All right.
And of course, I'm still
Hey.
charitable. I really
Is-
just have to kind
We're
of be.
gonna check out down here, you guys, because we have our shops open.
Okay.
Motion
Thank you
to
guys.
dismiss.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Oh, but this is a perfect thing too, you guys. I'm still chair of Rural Utah Chamber Coalition, so I'm a really good resource for anything
Of
you
course
need.
you are.
chamber.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yep.
if you ever need
Yes.
anything.
You are gonna be missed here, but we know you're still around, so don't be surprised when your phone rings.
Okay.
Yep. Especially me. Okay, I have a little snippet of next month's agenda. I will email that out rather than minutes, just because I want to be sure that we all remember what we need to talk about in August. And that's it. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. I would make a motion to close before we all just hang out.
Second. Oh, I can't second.
Second.
Someone else has got second.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Bye. Miss
Aye,
you,
aye, aye.
Jed. Come
See
back
ya. I'll be
soon.
back in a little bit. We'll see you.
Thank you guys
Okay.
so much.